All right, so I'm going to answer some random questions from the comment section. All right, so LM asks, do you have photos or a catalog of all the paintings you've sold? How many pieces do you sell annually? And do you sell more through galleries or direct to customers? All right, so first, I do have photos of all the paintings I've sold, but they're not cataloged in any specific way. And I don't really have it written down. I'm not very organized as far as the sold paintings. I kind of just like paint them, put them out there and keep moving. But if I did need to go back and look, most of the photographs, as you guys know, are dated and timed. So if I was to look back in my photos on my computer, I could find out what time it was painted or what time it was photographed. And usually I do photograph a painting after it's completed. So then also the galleries I work with have records of all this, so I could check with them if I needed that information. But I don't catalog them myself, and I don't really. Yeah, I don't. But I do have photos. As far as how many I sell annually, I would say probably in the 50 to 60 range, somewhere around there. It could be more. I'm not really sure. I'd be kind of curious to know. So yeah, I would estimate somewhere around in that range. And then it would be sizes from like 11 by 14 up to say 36 by 36. That's kind of that's the size I work in. And probably like the middle of that size range would be the bulk of what I sell. But the large pieces are really important because they bring in, a substantial portion of the money. So you could sell fewer of those and it actually really helps your income. Anyway, and then do I sell more through galleries or a direct? I sell more paintings through galleries. I'd say it's probably a 75-25 split. So I sell 75 through galleries and 25% directly to people. Last year I did throw a party at my mom's house, and it was like a 2-day party, and I hung up a bunch of my paintings, invited people over, just kind of had an open house, and ended up selling 12 paintings. And then I did another show that was kind of a fundraiser, another house party, and that was down in Atherton here in California, and that was, I don't remember, but I think I sold at least a dozen paintings there as well. So that's like roughly about 25 paintings. Oh, and then there was stuff online too. I don't know. I'd have to really look at that actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not really sure. It might be 50-50. But in any case, yeah, I'm not sure. The good thing about selling work on your own, obviously, is you keep all of the proceeds. You get 100% of the sale. But I do really like the galleries I work with, and it's really fun to have like a gallery show. And when you do have a show, you do tend to sell a lot of pieces at once. The galleries also do hang on to my work and sell it throughout the year. All right, so Cupcake Cottage Studio asks, if you paint in oils, how long do you wait before shipping? If I use a fast drying medium, I will usually wait 48 hours. So the painting, if I use Liquin, which is a fast drying medium, painting will be dry to the touch in about 24 hours, and I'll wait an extra 24 hours before shipping. And then as far as painting without a fast drying medium, if I use a traditional medium, then I will wait till it's dry to touch and then wait a few days extra, maybe 2 or 3 days after that. And I would say that usually takes about a week in the wintertime, maybe 5 days in the summer. Paintings dry faster when it's warmer out. Okay, Ruby asks, how can you tell when a painting needs more blending? If you don't want it to look too soft or too rough, how do you get the perfect amount? Okay, and what I'm thinking Ruby is talking about here is, I kind of think about this myself as well, like how much brushwork can I leave? How polished, how finished does a painting need to be? And oftentimes if I overwork it or kind of, smooth out the brushwork and that sort of thing, I find that it kills the energy of the painting. It doesn't look as sort of energetic and alive. And so what I would suggest, Ruby, is that you actually get back from your artwork, like say, 5 to 10 feet, depending on the size of the artwork. Get back from it and look at it from a distance. And that will give you an idea of whether you need to kind of polish it anymore. What I've found is that oftentimes, yeah, if I'm up close, I'm like, wow, this looks so rough. And then I'll kind of clean it up, and then I'll get back and I'll look and I'll think, wow, I just kind of killed the piece. It just looks, you know, I kind of overworked it. That's something that's really difficult for us as artists, is to know what level of finish to take the painting to. And obviously it's, you know, it's a personal thing, personal taste. Another thing I'll mention about this that I'm noticing is certain subjects, I think, benefit from a higher level of finish. Like, for example, if I'm doing, like right now I'm working on that commission, you know, which is the iced almond latte commission, which is the barista. And what I'm noticing is, like, I can suggest all the hardware, all the coffee making equipment, and some of the, you know, some of the surrounding details, but the face of the barista, I need to do that in a more detailed fashion. And you look at somebody like John Singer Sargent or some of these other painters, the faces they would be more developed and more finished, but then like the clothing and the surrounding objects could be very loosely suggested. Again, it's up to you and your taste, but I would say a starting point would be to step back from your work continually and see if it's working from, like, say 5 to 10 feet, something like that. If you can't do that, you can always take a picture of your work. That also kind of helps you. It's a way of sort of getting some distance on your work by shrinking it down small. You can kind of see if it's working or not. So that's what I would recommend. But again, it's a personal thing and it just takes practice. And I think most artists, even experienced ones, you know, often overwork things and overblend, as you say. So anyway, I hope that helps. I think Ruby also asked what the biggest painting I've done is. Biggest painting I've done is a 3-foot by 5-foot painting. And I would gladly do bigger paintings, but I don't want to store paintings here. So that painting, the painting I did that was a 3-foot by 5-foot was a commission. So I knew it was already sold and it was going to be out in the world. I had to buy several canvases of that size, I think 2. So I did another one, kind of big painting of these Victorians in San Francisco. A row of Victorians. It was in my last show at Studio. I really like that painting. It's still available. I think larger paintings are harder to find, you know, harder to find homes for, because I know in San Francisco, most of the Victorians, even the bigger ones, they don't have huge wall space. They don't have a lot of wall space. And a lot of the big walls they do have are down narrow hallways where it's more suited to hang small pieces. So, so yeah, I tend to kind of, you know, the top end of what I do is usually around 36 by 36. And fortunately, I don't have any of those. I think they've all sold, so that's good. And those are mostly cityscapes. So yeah, I don't have any of those larger pieces still available. And I waited a while before I started doing a lot of large work. I waited till my smaller work was selling regularly. So anyway, hope that answers some of those random questions. I will be doing a July Q&A, so if you've got any other questions, put them in the comments down below. And as usual, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you in the next video.